Okay, class, we are going to talk about the seasons. Does anybody know how many seasons there are in every year? Maybe take a guess. Some of you might know. I don't know. We never really talked about them in school, maybe just a little bit. Sorry, something keeps biting me or something. I think I have a mosquito. Seasons, there are 4 different seasons in a year. So we're going to talk about the 4 seasons that we have in a year. So if you listen very carefully, please. All right. God made our wonderful world, and he made the seasons, and he made seasons that change. There are 4 seasons. We have spring. We have fall. We have summer. We have winter. We know the seasons by the way the weather changes. Some days are hot and some days are cold. Some days are sunny and some days are not. A season is a special time when God makes special things. When God makes special things happen. God does important things for plants and animals during each special time of the year. Let's learn about the seasons during the spring and the fall. So what we're going to talk about first are the spring and fall seasons. So we have spring, we have fall. Very first thing we're going to talk about is spring. We are actually in spring right now. This picture shows springs. What are some things that God made? God made sun, God made plants, God made flowers, God made trees and animals. God changes the weather in most parts of the world. That's how we know that the seasons are changing. In the spring, the sun comes up a little earlier each morning. There may be more time to play in the afternoon. On many rainy days, we don't see the sun at all, though. Plants rest all winter long. Where's winter? So when we're talking about winter, plants rest all winter long. I'm going to go ahead and set that down real quick. In warmer spring weather, plants, so back in the spring, plants wake up. Trees start to blossom, which means that they grow new leaves and flowers, and grass begins to turn green again. There are wildflowers in our yards, fields, and woods. Pretty flowers bloom and in people's yards. What do birds do in the spring? Birds actually build nests and lay eggs. Many animal babies are born in the springtime. Farmers plant seeds, and tiny new plants will soon start pushing through the soil. So then we have fall. So here we talk about fall. We see lots of leaves. Fall is another beautiful time of year. Why do we call the season fall? Well, what do you think? What's falling from the trees? In the spring, green leaves grow in the trees. In the fall, the leaves change colors and fall off the trees. Fall is the opposite of spring. And we have been talking about opposites. So fall and spring are opposites. What other opposites can we find? If we look at the pictures, what other opposites do we have? Well, in fall, we wear coats. In spring, we don't. So, it's warm. It's cold outside. In spring, it's warmer. In the fall, it's green and leaves grow in the tree. And in the winter, it becomes fall. I may have said in the spring. And in the winter, it becomes fall. In fall, it starts to turn colder and the leaves will fall to the ground. Can we think of another opposite? Look, this leaf is up. These leaves are down. I don't know that I can see any in this picture. I can't. I think those are all the ones that we have to see. Does the weather get warmer? What do you think? When it comes from spring to fall, does the weather get warmer? No. The weather, when we're going from spring to fall, look at the picture. Does the weather get warmer? No. It gets colder. Keep losing my place. Do the days get longer from spring to fall? No, the days actually get shorter. The sun comes up later and goes down earlier. Sometimes it gets dark before supper. Do birds build nests to lay eggs in the fall? Do they build nests and lay eggs? No, they do that in the spring. Baby animals have grown up. Birds leave their nests to look for warmer places to live. Other animals get themselves ready for the cold weather ahead. Squirrels and chipmunks store nuts for their winter food supply. Bears eat as much as they can before they take their long winter nap. One more question. Do you think flowers start to bloom in the fall? No. Flowers do not bloom in the fall. Most of the flowers are going to bloom all through the springtime. They make seeds to grow new flowers again in the spring. And then people harvest the fruits and the vegetables from the plants that have grown from the seeds that were planted. Springtime is a time for new things to begin. In the cold of winter, plants look brown and dead. In the warm of spring, they turn green. Truly, spring is a time for life. So, if you can remember what we talked about, what are the 4 seasons? Think real hard. We have spring, fall, summer, and winter. We have 4 seasons in every year. What happens in the spring? Think really hard. We just talked about it. Who's got it? Things grow. Things turn green. The weather starts to get warmer. The days seem longer. Trees and flowers begin to bloom. Birds build nests, and many animals have babies. What happens in the fall? What's the easiest thing we can remember that happens in the fall? What falls? You're right. Leaves fall. Leaves start falling from the beautiful trees. They turn color and fall. Animals start looking for warmer places to stay and live. And, of course, fall is the opposite of spring. I'm going to read to you one quick poem before I'm going to end this. Y'all are doing so good. I know y'all are paying such close attention. All right, this poem is called Spring and Fall. Raindrops pink, leaves grow green, and all the songbirds sing in spring. Color leaves fall, wild birds call, and squirrels have a ball when it's fall. All right, good job, class. Y'all did so well. I know y'all are listening and paying really close attention. I'm going to send our sheets for us to do, and I'll also send another counting video for you to watch. And then tomorrow we'll do our alphabet. So today what we'll be making is we are going to start our fall book. So we will be doing our fall and winter. So you should color, you'll need to color the leaves that talks about fall, that brown bear is raking up. And then we are going to, we should actually, I'm sorry, I said fall and winter, but we're going to be coloring fall and spring. Fall and spring. So in the spring, raindrops often fall so that life can grow, so that new plants and stuff can grow and little animals can start to be born. So we have all three of these. Where's my fourth season? 1, 2, 3. Oh. Then tomorrow we're going to talk about summer and winter. It's kind of weird on these pages. It's not quite the same, but I think it's because when you put them together, they make a book. So go ahead and color the pages on this. If you don't get them all colored all today, it's okay, because we'll be able to flip through our book tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but on Friday. We'll flip through our book. We also have the 4 seasons page. Be sure to write your name in it at the top of it and color it the best you can. When we're working hard, we want to do our best coloring. We are also going to, we talked about our story of God today and Jesus and his home that he has waiting for us in heaven. So if you would go ahead and color this paper, it's Jesus returns to heaven and he's awaited and has made a place for us to be with him in heaven. So you'll need to color Jesus's robes, and you'll need to color the people's robes down here, because there will be people just like me and you. And then we will have the number working with opposites. We talked about opposites a little bit in our story today about the 4 seasons, how spring and fall are opposites. This is a paper about opposites. You'll need to find the opposite of sweet, which would be, you have something sweet. You'll have to find the opposite of sweet, which would be salty. We have sweet. You'll have to find the matching. You're going to match the sweet and sour and salty foods. Sweet with the other sweet, salty with the other salty, and sour with the other sour. And then, of course, the opposite of sweet is sour. And the opposite of salty would, I guess, be not salty. So go ahead and draw the line from the picture that matches all the way down. Okay? So sweet would go with sweet. Salty would go with salty. And then sour. Oh, this is a pickle. Sour would go with sour. Salty would go with the salty pretzel. So go ahead and work on those sheets today. Y'all are doing really, really well. I'm glad that y'all were with me today. I'm glad y'all were paying such good attention. We're not going to go over the letters today. I think we're going to go over the letters first thing tomorrow, and we'll go through it quickly, as quick as we can. I'm going to go ahead and send your mom and your dad's the list of the pages that we should do. And then anything other than that, all I can say is that I miss you. I hope to see you guys very soon. You have a very blessed rest of the day. Keep having fun. Enjoy this time of us not actually having to be in school. I don't know if you're actually napping. Enjoy your nap time. I kind of miss nap time. I haven't gotten any quiet time since we've been out of school. So I'm kind of missing you guys with your nap times. And then, of course, I will see you again tomorrow, and we're going to talk about the other 2 of the 4 seasons. We'll talk to you soon.